Hello everyone, myself Dr. Jyoti Gangurde, Assistant Professor of Zoology. I'm going to teach you the subject that is Entomology 1, paper ZOUT 231, chapter that is Reproductive System. And today we are going to discuss on the topic that is male reproductive system. So first let us discuss with the reproductive system in case of insects. So insects are dioecious, that is they are bisexual animals, and some of them exhibit sexual dimorphism. So there are some exceptions in which hermaphroditism can be seen. So here the oviparity, which is a common feature of insects, but some insects are adapted to viviparity and female produces a fully developed larva instead of eggs. Examples such as Glossina, Hippobusca, Melaphagus among Diptera, then Hemimerus, Hexenia in Dermaptera, then Chrysomelidae and Stepsiptera. So sometimes viviparity produces two or more larvae from a single egg, leading towards polyembryony as found in some endoparasitic insects, such as example that is Helictoxinus, that is the Stepsiptera, then Aphlorus, Hymenoptera, Platygaster, Hymenoptera, and various Enceiratidae and Equiomolidae. A few species of insect follow the ovoviviparity, in which the eggs contaminating mostly fully developed larvae are laid, and therefore such a type of process representing both viviparity as well as the larvae develop in the eggs, retain in the genital tract, and discharge of such eggs to exteriors. So in some insects, parthenogenesis is a normal means of reproduction as reported in various species of insect except Odonata, Dermaptera, Europtera, and Siphanoptera. The parthenogenesis occurring in insects may be Arenotoky, in which only males are produced, then Thelytoky, in which only females are produced, or Amphitoky, which producing the individuals of either sex, that is either male or either females. Now, besides such a diversity occurring in the mode of reproduction, almost all insects, that is except the hermaphrodites and sterile social termites and Hymenoptera, possess a well-defined set of internal organs of reproduction. Almost all insects they have the all set of the organs of reproduction, primarily consisting of paired gonads, genital ducts leading to a gonophore, and some accessory structures. The accessory structures include various glands, and particularly in the female, the spermatheca for storing the sperm received from the male during copulation. Now, this is what about the general introduction regarding the reproductive system in case of insect. Today we are going to focus on the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system primarily consists of a pair of testes, a pair of vasa differentia with or without vesicula seminalis, epididymis or sperm sac, the accessory glands, and a median intromittent organ, that is adagus, or also called as a penis. So they vary in different groups of insects. So here you can see the structure of the reproductive system, male reproductive system, which constitute testes. Now here the paired testes are there. Now in different group of insects, the number of testes they may differ. Now the testes which continues with a tubular structure, that is the vas deferens, and such a vas deferens at a certain point in some insect shows a vesicle like structure, and such a structure is nothing but the seminal vesicle or vesicula seminalis. But in some insects such a structure is not differentiated from the vas deferens, so in that such a vesicle is not present. Now here you can see the accessory glands are present. Now accessory glands, they provide the nutriment to the sperm. Now, and here you can see this is the adegus. Okay, now you can see the structure like this. So here you can see these are the testes. So testis, which contains number of testicular follicles or seminiferous tubules. Now the testis, which continues with a long tubular structure, which is nothing but the vas deferens, and such a vas deferens at certain point shows a vesicle like structure, or such a structure is called as vesicula seminalis or seminal vesicle. Now here you can see such a seminal vesicle which open into the glands, and such a glands, they are nothing but the accessory gland. Here you can see the accessory glands are here. Now such a accessory gland, here you can see they open to the common opening, that is nothing but the adegus, or also called as a penis. Now this is what the structure or the parts of male reproductive system: testis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, accessory gland, as well as adegus. Now you can see here the comparative anatomy of different male reproductive system in different insect. Here you can see this A diagram which is of Odonata. Odonata means the dragonfly. Here you can see the testes, they are elongated shape structure, and the second example, that is this is the diagram of Dictyoptera, or particularly the cockroach. So the male reproductive system of cockroach. So if you can compare all the systems, not all the systems, they are not all the parts they are same. Here you can see the testes, they are elongated. Here they are in the form of bunch. Here you can see here this is the mushroom gland. You can see all the structures, accessory glands, they form here elongated tubular structure. Here you can see the kidneys are spherical shape structure, and not all the structures they are similar. So what is the interpretation? So not all the parts in number of insects they are same. So in different number of insect group, the structures of male reproductive system, they get differ. So here this A diagram, which is of Odonata, B, that is Periplaneta americana, or this is the system of cockroach. Then the C diagram is a Orthoptera. Orthoptera, that is grasshopper. Then D diagram of Hemiptera. Hemiptera, that is Distogus cingulatus, or we commonly called as a red cotton bug. Now the E diagram is of here Lepidoptera, either butterfly or moth. Now the F diagram is of Diptera, that is common, that is Musca domestica, or we commonly call it as a housefly. Now here the G diagram sorry, the G diagram of Hymenoptera, that is Apis, Apis dorsata, or the genus Apis, so honeybee. And the last diagram, which is of the Coleoptera. Coleoptera, they contains majority of beetles, or it is the order of beetles. So this is the male reproductive system of beetles. Now we can focus on the each and every part of the male reproductive system, starting from the testes. So the testes are variably lying in the abdomen, dorsal, lateral, or ventral to the alimentary canal. They are anteriorly attached to the dorsal body wall by sensory or suspensory ligaments in some insects, whereas posteriorly they open into the vasa differentia. They are externally covered with fat body and richly supplied with the tracheae. Both testes of a pair are often free from each other, except in some insects in which they are close together in a common coat or scrotum. Now here examples such as Lepidoptera, Grylotalpa, or some Hymenoptera. Now the testes are vary in shape and size in different species, and in some cases they become lobulated. Now the testes, which contains again follicles, apical cells, cyst cell, or as well as sperm. Now we can see all the parts one by one. So follicles. Now the follicles, here the testis is externally surrounded by two membranes, the tunica externa and tunica interna. The former representing a connective tissue layer and peritoneal lining. So the follicle is internally composed of variable number of follicles or tubules. Here you can see. So very first you can see this is the anatomy of testis. This is the testis. Testis which contains number of follicular tubes, or we says that tubules. So or also called as a sperm tube. So it has different name. So this is the anatomical diagram, and here you can see this is the longitudinal section of testis, that is LS of testis, histological section of testis. So here you can see these tubules. These tubules, here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are the tubules. So this is the longitudinal section of the testis, and these are what the follicles. They are in the different developing stages. Now here such a follicle internally composed of variable number of follicles or tubules. They are unifollicular structures in case of Aptera. Then in case of Paleopteran insects like Odonata, then Neuroptera, Adaphagon, Coleoptera and Diptera. In other insects, they are multifollicular structures. The follicles, they vary in number from 2 in case of Anoplura to more than 100 in case of Orthoptera. So such a number of follicles. Okay, here you can see the number of follicle which is differ in different group of insect. Now such a follicles are arranged in a circle, rosette-like fashion, or either radiate freely. So their arrangement is also different. Now each follicle bears a distinct epithelial wall, and the internal space is filled with the male germ cells undergoing development. So they are arranged so systematically that they represent the entire process of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the process of, that is, formation of sperms. So from apical to distal, here you can see this is the systematic development of the that is spermatophore, and which is starting from apical region to the distal region. Now here such a spermatogenesis in each tubule shows a successive division of development. Here you can see not all the regions are same. The cells are in initial stage. Now here they form a sperm cell, that is spermatocyte. Now spermatocyte divides mitotically to form a group of cell which is known as the cyst, to form such a cyst which includes the aggregation of the spermatocyte cells. Now they undergoes again a process of meiosis to form again spermatids. Here you can see spermatids, then spermatozoa, like this. This is the process. So all the process we can see one by one. And here you can see not the all the cells, they are in the same stage of development. So the first step, that is germarium. Here you can see the germarium which containing primary spermatogonia. Now the second step, where the zone of growth, where transformation of such a spermatogonia. Here you can see at initial stage spermatogonia is formed, and at the second step, that is zone of growth, such a spermatogonia which transform into or which form the spermatocyte, that is sperm producing cell, that is spermatocyte. Here you can see spermatogonia which form the spermatocyte. Now in the third stage, the or it is also called as a maturation phase or zone of maturation, where the spermatocytes are converted into spermatid. Okay, so here the spermatocytes, they get converted into spermatid by a process of meiosis. Now and the zone of transformation, the last stage, here you can see the zone of transformation where the conversion of spermatid into a spermatozoa. So, this is the last or the fourth step, that is the zone of transformation. Now, here you can see the duration of spermatogenetic cycle, which varies from species to species. So, near about in case of Anthonomus, which takes 10 days to complete a single spermatogonic cycle, whereas in case of Melanopus, which takes near about 28 days to complete the spermatogenic cycle. Now, this is what about the follicles. Now, the next is apical cells. Now, such a testicular follicle at the apical region shows the apical cells. Now, the apical cells here, beside the germ cells, the follicles of a large number of insects contain a large distinct cell or nucleated mass of cytoplasm at the apex called the apical cell. The functional significance of the apical cells is much controversial. According to some workers, they act as a trophocyte nursing the spermatogonia, whereas recent investigations suggest that they may be the endocrine elements secreting the gonadal hormone, that is beta-ecdysone. So, such apical cells are well developed in case of Lepidoptera, Coleoptera, Diptera and some Orthoptera, along with the Dictyoptera and Homoptera. Now, the apical cells form cytoplasmic connections with the spermatogonia in Orthoptera, Dictyoptera, Homoptera and again Lepidoptera. Now, this is what about the apical cells. Now, here again you can see in this diagram, here these are what apical cells. Now, the cyst cell. Now, all the gametes undergoing a particular stage of spermatogenesis often group together and form a cyst. Now, the wall of cyst is composed of cellular epithelium in case of Orthoptera and Coleoptera, or it may be a simple membrane in case of Odonata. The cyst cells are known to supply nutrients and therefore behave as a trophocytes, at least in case of Heteroptera. Now, in cockroaches, release of substance forming a cap of sperm bundle has been found to be secreted by such a cyst cells. Now, the occurrence of sperm bundles is a common feature among the insects in case of Odonata, Coleoptera, Homoptera as well as in Orthoptera. Now, you can see here again, these large cells are nothing but the cyst cells. And the last part of this testis, that is the sperm. Now, here each cyst contains 512 sperm in case of Melanopus, then 32 in case of Coccids, or even a single in case of Sciara. Then, depending upon the number of spermatogonal division, meiotic division, degeneration of some gametes or unequal distribution of chromosomes and cytoplasm during meiotic division. Now, a complete cycle of spermatogenesis takes place before imaginal molt in the insects having a short adult lifespan. Now, but in most insects with long adult life, it takes place after imaginal molt. Now, we can focus on the structure of sperm. Now, the matured insect sperm is filamentous, about 300 micrometer long, but length may extend up to 1.7 mm. So, 1.7 mm, which is an example of Drosophila, while the diameter of testis, which appears to be even less than a micron. The sperm head possesses a long nucleus embedded in scanty cytoplasm and an apical acrosome anterior to the nucleus. Now, in between the sperm head and tail, a centriole is present. Before that, you can see the structure of sperm. This is elongated thin filamentous sperm. Here you can see this is at the apical region, acrosome is present, and majority of the anterior part of the sperm body, which is occupied by a long tubular flattened nucleus. Here you can see a small spherical shaped structure, centriole is there, and which is continuous with again a thin threads like structure of axial filament, and which containing the mitochondrial bodies. Here you can see mitochondrial bodies. Now, such a centriole, which is situated from which an axial filament arises and runs along the entire length of tail. The axial filament is typically composed of a ring of 9 doublet microtubules surrounding 2 central tubules, that is 9 plus 2. Outside the running of 9 doublets, one more ring of 9 accessory tubules is present. The axial filament is spirally encircled by a pair of lateral mitochondrial elements. Now, this is what the structure of mature spermatozoa, or what we say is that this is the structure of mature sperm. Now, this is what all about the testis, and it contains different type of cell. Now, the next part, that is vas deferens, we discuss in next lecture. Okay, thank you so much.